Just want to do a quick shout out to Elena of My E-Class in Bytes. If you want to know any practical and technical stuff for everyday use, check out and subscribe to her channel. Just pop open the link down below. And now, back to the video.
The Chinese influence is undeniably established in the Philippines. From the foods, rice cakes, siomai, and you guessed it, pancit. Long before the Koreans and K-pop culture, the Chinese were present ever since the pre-colonial period. In this video, we will dig deep into the long history between the Philippines and China throughout the years.
So, who reached out first? It was the ethnic Han Chinese people that sailed around the Philippine Islands from the 19th century and onwards and frequently interacted with the local Austronesian people. Austronesian back in the day was a term for Filipino. China and the Philippines share a long history, mostly about trade and cultural exchange. This has been going on ever since the Lingtang dynasty in the 19th century AD.
China's trade with the Philippines during the pre-colonial period consisted mostly of silk, porcelain, colored glass, and iron, were in exchange for beeswax, hemp-cloth, tortoise shells, pearls, and other native products. Several years went by, relationship between the two countries grew stronger, so close that many Chinese citizens migrated to the Philippines, especially to Manila, to live and trade locally. They are ancestors of the Filipino-Chinese community. Much of the elements of the Philippine culture, such as language, cuisine, traditions, and even family culture, are adapted from the Chinese. It's been speculated that the attack of the Chinese pirates on the fledgling Spanish colony in Manila in 1574 was the first attempt incursion into the country. During the Spanish colonial period, there were also attempts by Sanglis, or pure-blooded Chinese, to overthrow the Spaniards whom they outnumbered 10-1, but to no avail. But since they were no good at fighting, Chinese citizens focused instead on trade afterwards to prevent further bloodshed, and, most importantly, procreate. Which then led to intermarriage with Filipinos, and so the term Mestizo de Sangre was created by the Spaniards for them. The Chinese-Filipino relations solidified as the Chinese living in the Philippines fought once again side by side with the native Filipinos during the American and Japanese colonial period. Fast forward to the 21st century, a Philippine aircraft sighted 8 Chinese fishing vessels anchored in the waters of Scarborough Shoal, just 220 kilometers from Luzon in July 2012, and it was known as the Scarborough Shoal Standoff. After this event, the 9-dash line has been used by China encompassing much of the South China Sea, including the disputed Spratly Islands, amidst protests from other Southeast Asian claimants. Under the administration of President Rodrigo Duterte, diplomatic relations between China and the Philippines have somewhat improved due to his different approach to foreign policy, and yet the territorial status remains the same. Despite this never-ending conflict, China has shown efforts to maintain its relationship with the Philippines. China has always been one of the countries to deliver foreign aid to the Philippines when it comes to calamities, and has already granted over 167 billion worth of loans for the Philippine projects since 2007.
Ever since the standoff, there has been a slight divide among the Filipinos on what they think about China. Some Filipinos think that these loans are debt trap and have still strong opinions regarding the endless territorial dispute. However, trade between the countries is never affected up until today. Business as usual. Comment down below on what you think about the Philippines' relationship with China. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.